Kia ora everyone, Richard Liew here at NZ Entrepreneur, and today I'm talking to Lucas Grossi. He is the founder and organizer of the upcoming NZ Tech Expo, which you're going to be hearing more about here in Auckland. Lucas, thanks for talking to us today.
Richard, thanks for having me and good to see you.
Can you tell us what is the NZ Tech Expo all about?
Yeah, absolutely. Cool. The NZ Tech Expo is it's a big event to gather the technology sector with the industries it enables. Um, Happens on September 18th on a Friday at Shed 10 in Auckland. And I guess it covers certain verticals and a full industry. We're showcasing a number of fantastic examples and exhibitors from different verticals, but we are also really keen to explore what happens in the middle of these verticals, in between fintech and SaaS and edtech and AI, So it's not a fully focused one single industry event. We are really keen to see what happens in the middle. There's two principles that we built absolutely everything in this expo around, which is connection and commerce. Connection creates commerce is what we believe. And so we're trying to connect the right people, ideas, and technology in one place, which sounds simple, but it's really, really hard to pull and get the density, the numbers, and the right people in the same room to have good conversations. We want people to share their achievements, their goals, and to celebrate, but also equally important to relay the intangibles of the journey. Everyone in the industry, regardless of which sector you belong to, we are all going through similar things in New Zealand in 2026 after COVID. We've all were hit with COVID and then recessions and this year elections, and so it's good to share some of that decision-making process. We're all trying to adapt and get on and elevate New Zealand as one and together and having those conversations and getting known, getting seen, getting heard. I think that's how we do it.
Cool. So, who might be some examples of the types of people or organizations that will be either exhibiting or attending?
Yeah, absolutely. I'll start with the what we call the foundational partners to this, because it's not small feat to get the organizations that we got behind that are coming decided not to step back and see how it goes on the inaugural version, but they decided to step in and step up for all of us, I guess. And so they're coming forth to be of service, to make themselves available and to share value and knowledge. Starting with Auckland Council, AWS, Creative HQ, New Zealand Trade and Enterprise, NZ GCP, the Ministry of Business Innovation and Employment, and One New Zealand. All of these organizations are foundational partners to the inaugural event. We are very lucky to have their backing. And that's kind of what starts building the room. All of these organizations are coming to help New Zealand go forward. And then what we have is different pavilions of we've got fintech, Kernel is coming, Kernel Wealth, Akahu, Emerge are in there as well. We got SaaS companies in Sync Hub. There's a number of AI companies signed up for this. EdTech, there's an EdTech pavilion that's got a strong focus with the likes of Nextis, Red Education. There's a few cybersecurity companies as well. It's a bit of a mix because it's not critical that we have too many of the same. The magic will happen in the crossover. So that's, I think, a point of difference in this event versus other events.
Cool. And so, can you tell us, like, who are you hoping will turn up? Who are you inviting? Who should come to this?
Yeah, it's a pretty broad number of personas that will attend. We are running different tracks. There's the Open Expo track that will attract business owners from the regions for our work with the likes of New Zealand NZT and the regional networks that they have, to come identify, connect with Kiwi-made solutions to keep those Kiwi dollars in New Zealand and keep the jobs here, as opposed to just default into overseas solutions just because we don't know who those are. We got the tech sector that's going to come and engage with founders and the makers of these technologies, get a sense check and kind of network on around best practices and how we build as a country. We got a student track as well. That's being co-designed by Nextis, which is also one of the exhibitors. And what happens there is that we are sponsoring 300 year 12 and 13 students from high school to come in from 12 to 2, and the whole expo shifts their mindset, and we stop kind of selling to each other to enable connection with the next generation, I guess. And trying to answer hard questions like, should we encourage these kids to spend the next 4 years in uni, or should they just jump on AI and that's it? And then the other question of what happens, after they finish uni, how do we keep them in New Zealand as opposed to losing them to Australia or somewhere else, which are, uncomfortable questions to ask ourselves, but I think it'd be a missed opportunity for us not to address this in the student track. We also run what we call the executive track. The executive track, it's a very small area, up to 200 senior leaders that will hang in this space for the majority of the days. All these foundational partners are facilitating roundtables to open up with a bit more time and peace and quiet the environment to go through these conversations. What's in every leader's mind in 2026, how to navigate strategy, how to navigate trust and culture in an AI semi-hybrid and remote world, and so this space provides a bit more time to go through this. An example is Manuel Bonnet, country lead for AWS, running a CEO-only table. So 8 to 10 people will have the chance to sit down and spend an hour with Manuel and get insights of how's AWS, who's got a very broad vision in New Zealand and other parts of the world, seeing things, and how can they support apart from being a technical partner.
Cool. All right. So for people who want to find out more about the NZ Tech Expo, what's the web address?
Yeah, it's www.nztechexpo.co.nz. There's a LinkedIn page as well. And I guess the key takeaway is that regardless of whether you are in your career, in which industry you belong, this is a place to get lucky with the opportunities that you can connect with, whether it is an idea, your career, or your business. You'll have more chances to meet people who can help you make progress towards this.